Topic is multiprocessor, multi-core and real-time scheduling. Classification of multiprocessor system. First is loosely coupled or distributed multiprocessor or cluster. It consists of collection of relatively autonomous systems, each processor having its own main memory and I/O channels. Second is functionally specialized processors. There is a master general purpose processor, specialized processors and controlled by the that are controlled by the master processors and provide the services to it. Tightly coupled multiprocessor consists of set of processors that share a common main memory and are under the integrated control of an operating system. Grain size. So far fine, it is parallelism inherent in a single instruction stream and synchronization intervals are less than 20. Medium parallel processing or multitasking within a single application, synchronization intervals are 20 to 200. In course, multiprocessing of concurrent processes in a multi-programming environment, synchronization intervals are 200 to 2000. Very coarse distributed processing across network nodes to form a single computing environment, synchronization intervals are 2000 to 1 million. Independent multiple unrelated processes, synchronization intervals are not applicable to it. Independent parallelism. No explicit synchronization among processes. Each represents a separate independent application or a job, typical use in a real-time sharing system. Coarse and very coarse grained parallelism. Synchronization among processes but a very gross level, good for concurrent processes running on a multi-program uniprocessor, can be supported on a multiprocessor with little or no change to the user software. Medium grained parallelism. Single application can be effectively implemented as a collection of threads within a single process. Programmer must explicitly specify the potential parallelism of an application. There needs to be a high degree of coordination and interaction among the threads of an application, leading to a medium grain level of synchronization. Because the various threads of the application interact so frequently, scheduling decisions concerning one thread may affect the performance of the entire application. Fine-grained parallelism. It represents a much more complex use of parallelism than it found in the use of threads. It is a specialized and fragmented area with many different approaches. Design issues. Scheduling on a multiprocessor involves three interrelated issues: actual dispatching of the process, use of multiprogramming on individual processor, assignment of processor to processor. So assignment of processes to processor. Assuming all processors are equal, it is simplest to treat the processor as a pooled resource and assign the process to processors on demand. So static and dynamic needs to be determined. If the process is permanently assigned to one processor from activation until its completion, then the dedicated short-term queue is maintained for each processor. Advantages is that there may be less overhead in the scheduling function. It allows group or gang scheduling. A disadvantage of the static assignment is that one processor can be idle with the empty queue while another processor has a backlog. To prevent this situation, a common queue can be used, and another option is dynamic load balancing. Assignment of processes to processor. Both dynamic and static method require some way of assigning a process to processor. Approaches are master-slave architecture and peer architecture. So master-slave architecture. Key kernel function always run on a particular processor. Master is responsible for scheduling. Slave sends service request to the master. It is a simple and requires little environments to the uniprocessor multiprogramming operating system. Conflict resolution is simplified because one processor has a control all the memory and I/O resources. Disadvantages are failure of master brings down whole system. Master can become a performance bottleneck. Next architecture is peer architecture. Kernel can execute on any processor. Each processor does self-scheduling from the pool of available processors. Complications of OS: that operating system must ensure that two processors not choose the same process and all the processes are not somehow lost from the queue. Process scheduling. Usually processes are not dedicated to the processors. A single queue is used for all processors. If a simple sort of priority scheme is used, then there are multiple queues based on priority. System is viewed as a being a multi-server queuing architecture. Thread scheduling. Thread execution is separated from the rest of the definition of process. An application can be a set of threads that cooperate and execute concurrently in the same address space. On a uniprocessor, threads can be used as a program structuring aid and the overlap IO with processing. In a multiprocessor system, threads can be used to exploit true parallelism in an application. Dramatic gain in performance are possible in multiprocessor system. Small differences in thread management and scheduling can have an impact on application and they require significant interaction among threads. Approaches of thread scheduling. First is load sharing. Processes are not assigned to a particular processor. In gang scheduling, a set of related threads scheduled to run on a set of processor at the same time on the one-to-one basis. Dedicated processor assignment provides implicit scheduling defined by the assignment of the threads to processors. And the last one, dynamic scheduling. The number of threads in the process can be altered during the course of execution. Load sharing. Simplest approach and carries over most directly from a uniprocessor environment. Advantages: load is distributed evenly across the processors. No centralized scheduler is required. The global queue can be organized and accessed using any of the scheme disk version of load sharing. First come first serve, smallest number of threads first. Preemptive, smallest number of threads first. Disadvantages of load sharing: central queue occupies a region of memory and the must be accessed in a manner that enforces mutual exclusion, can lead to bottlenecks. Preemptive threads are unlikely to resume the execution on the same processor. Caching can become less efficient. If all threads are treated as a common pool of threads, it is unlikely that all of the threads of the program will gain access to processor at the same time. The process which involves may seriously compromise performance. Gang scheduling. Simultaneously scheduling of the threads that make up a single process. Benefits: synchronization blocking may be reduced, less process switching may be necessary, and performance will increase. Scheduling overhead may be reduced. Useful for medium-grained or fine-grained parallel applications whose performance severely degrades when any part of the application is not running while other parts are ready to run. Also beneficial for parallel applications. Here the difference example of scheduling groups with 4 and 1 thread is given. Dedicated processor assignment. When an application is scheduled, each of the thread is assigned to a processor that remains dedicated to the thread until the application runs to completion. If the thread of an application is blocked waiting for IO or the synchronization with another thread, then the thread's processor remains idle. There is no multiprogramming of the processor. Defense of the strategy. In a highly parallel system, when tens or hundreds of processor utilization is no longer so important as a metric for effectiveness or performance. The total avoidance of the process switching during the lifetime of the program should result in the substantial speed up of the program. Number of threads per application. In this table there is number of threads per application, matrix multiplication, and FFT is given. Dynamic scheduling. For some applications, it is possible to provide language and system tools that permit the number of threads in a process to be altered dynamically. This would allow the operating system to adjust the load to improve utilization. The OS and application are involved in the making scheduling decisions. The scheduling responsibility of the operating system is primarily limited to the processor allocation. This approach is superior to gang scheduling or dedicated processor scheduling for applications that can take advantage of it. So this is AMD Bulldozer architecture. Here at different cores they have given and cache memories are given and they are connected to the DDR3 memory controller and hypertransfer 3.0. cache sharing, cooperative resource sharing. Multiple threads access the same set of main memory locations. Example, applications that are multi-threaded. Producer consumer thread interaction. Resources threads if possible on adjacent cores complete for each memory locations. If more of the cache is dynamically allocated to one thread, the competing threads necessarily has less cache space available and thus suffer from performance degradation. Objective of connection aware scheduling is to allocate threads to cores to maximize the effectiveness of the shared cache memory and minimize the need of off-chip memory. Real-time systems, the operating system in that in particular the scheduler is perhaps the most important component. Examples of the real-time system is in military systems, in telecommunication, in air traffic, in robotics, in control of laboratory experiments, and in process control in industrial plants. So correctness of the system depends not only on the logical results of the computation but also on the time at which the results are produced. So tasks of processors attempt to control or react or to events that take place in the outside world. These events occur in real time and task must be able to keep up with them. So there are two categorization of real-time system. First is hard and soft. Hard real-time system, one that must meet its deadline, otherwise it will cause unacceptable damage or a fatal error of the system. And in soft real-time system, we can take example of military and hard real-time systems. Soft real-time task, it has associated deadline that desirable but not mandatory. It still makes the sense to schedule and complete the task even if it has passed its deadline. For example, video buffering. Periodic and aperiodic task. Periodic task requirements